Hello.
Oh, look at
How's it going?
I love that because that brings out the joy.
Exactly, sunshine.
I was just like, I was convinced it was a date. I was so excited about it. And I think at the end of it, he like punched my arm and was like, I'm so glad you're my friend. And I was like, me too, man. Yeah, this is great. So it was my first bad non-date. I mean, I'd love to say a killer whale, but I don't think I actually am one. I think I'm like a big cat and a hummingbird at the same time, probably. He kept following me around everywhere I went, so I'd go in to have dinner, and it would immediately start, "You're a rich," and I was like, no.
Great eye contact in the film. So.
I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Yeah. I have a little friend, cactus.
I have.
Awesome. Goodness. What place do I call home? Wherever I'm sleeping that night, essentially. And then I only learned English when I was 8 because I was convinced that if I didn't speak the language in England that I would have to go home. But that didn't work out. I had no friends, so I needed to learn the language pretty quickly.
That's very funny.
If I was cheesy, I would say my heart, but I'm not cheesy, so yeah. I feel most creative when I'm being creative, or when I'm barefoot, actually. I really relate to Peter Pan, Wendy, and Tinkerbell, all at the same time. It's fun. My favorite comfort meal, spaghetti. There was a ring, it was the head of a giant lion. I wanted it very desperately. I bought it for myself. Hurt a little bit, but I was like, no, it's worth it. But it was a man's ring, so it was way too big for my finger. And I went out dancing to celebrate and flicked it off. And that broke my heart. So I had to go back and be like, I lost the ring. All of a sudden I'll start sounding Irish and I'm like, no, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just trying to keep my together.
I find it trouble doing that scene because it was, I mean, you're dealing with such an intense actor and you don't even know who he is at that moment.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't think I had such a hard time with this scene because I mean, James. But I think he had a much harder time because he was playing a 9-year-old boy kissing me whilst my eyes were wide open and I was very clearly uncomfortable. And it's,
right.
You know, an older man kissing a 19-year-old completely eyes wide open and just being sort of weird about it. He handled it very well, though.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about the songs. I'm like,
sorry.
I'm still stuck in there. I'm like,
There's that Huey Lewis and the power of love. Anthony and John's
Anthony, the Fistful of Love. That was my song.
Nice.
That was my song. Thank you.
you.
You always want to talk it through. I don't care. Hey, how are you? The one thing I miss. The person I couldn't have eye contact with was Josh O'Connor. I couldn't. I'd start laughing. I couldn't handle him in that outfit. It was too much for me.
Too ridiculous.
We're trying to avoid.
Well, no, because I had to do the scene with him, and so I was just like, anytime I didn't, I was just trying to steel myself to get through it and not embarrass myself, really. Yeah, in real life, and Johnny was freaking out, and Autumn was like, oh my God, what do we do? And I was like, you keep rolling. This is amazing. This will never happen again. Just like wearing heels for the first time because I had a party that I was trying to practice for, and this black car started following me. So I freaked out, picked up my dog and ran, and then a guy stuck his head out the window and said, if you stop, you won't regret it. Which is like every horror movie ever.
Yeah.
But I did stop, and it was the head of a modeling agency, and it all worked out, but I do not suggest that people stop if a car is following you. I feel like just keep running.
Good public service announcement.
Yeah.
Do not stop
Do not
no matter
run.
what.
She's already laughing. She can't.
I'm sorry.
She's so. You can do it.
composed.
It's fine. It's fine. Compose yourself. Compose yourself.
Very fearful. I would go into the woods looking for witches. Like, I wasn't afraid. I was obsessed with, and I still am, I love magic, and I was obsessed with this kind of idea that, you know, in the forest behind my house or something like that, there are fairies or, you know, witches or whatever, and so I'd just
This
go
is
out.
why she would be a bad Puritan.
I'd be terrible Puritan. Me angry, but when I do get angry, I just emotionally shut down and I get really cold, and my words are very pointed and vicious and low.
Yeah.
It's like scary. It's not fun. It's not. Me to Disneyland. I'm hysterically crying the whole time.
So, you did split. Oh man, look at this. It's a battle.
I don't like this guy at all, clearly. And then someone tagged me in a picture of a fish, and they were like, this is you, because your eyes are like here. it became common knowledge in the playground that if you wanted me to catch a ball, you had to throw it at the side of my head. Because if you threw it straight here, I'd just be like, oh my God, what? What happened? What's going on? I think we're in Ireland. For a couple of years, I've been able to get away with, oh, you look just like the girl from The Witch, but with dark hair, or you look just like the girl from Split, but with blonde hair.
But do you tell them it's you?
No. I'm usually with my family and like having ice cream, and I'm like, yeah, I get that all the time.
What kind of ice?
And I never have the same like timings as all of my friends, so I'm always like calling them at 3 o'clock in the morning, which makes me really popular, obviously.
Oh, there's no lyrics to the song. The song is all instrumental.
You're never getting laid again.
Happy birthday, dear Anya. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Make a wish.
I like to start my day off with a whole bunch of... This has been so much fun, even though I'm mildly embarrassed now. But Emma comes out on March 6th, so please check it out because that's actually really good fun. Bye.